Halo semuanya, perkenalkan saya Ilham Kurniawan S, mahasiswa Universitas Siber Asia. Video ini saya tidak sendiri, saya ditemani.
Halo semuanya, saya Mutia Nazifa.
Hari ini kita mau ngapain Mbak Iva?
Kita bakal main games
Yes or No Challenge. Challenge ini untuk menguji seberapa emosional kamu sebenarnya.
Tapi ini bukan tentang emosian ya, ini tentang emotional intelligence.
Cara mainnya gampang nih teman-teman.
Ya.
Nanti aku bakal kasih pertanyaan. Teman-teman tinggal jawab aja yes yang artinya pernah atau no yang artinya tidak pernah. Siap semuanya?
Siap!
Pertanyaan yang pertama nih. Kamu pernah marah tapi tetap senyum di depan orangnya?
Kalau aku pernah sih Kak, yes.
Jarang ya?
Lalu pertanyaan kedua nih. Kalian bisa ngerasa kalau temanmu lagi sedih tanpa dia ngomong?
Aku sih yes.
Kok? Ya kadang yes, kadang no.
Iya sih.
Oke, lanjut ke pertanyaan selanjutnya nih. Kalian pernah nahan tangis demi jaga image?
Yes.
Hah?
Yes.
Seriusan?
Iya. Kamu emang kamu enggak?
Kayaknya mungkin cewek kali ya. Kayaknya nggak pernah.
Oke, baik. Selanjutnya, pernah senyum lebar pas teman curhat, padahal kamu nggak dengerin sama sekali.
Aku sih enggak.
Aku sih yes. Maaf ya teman-teman.
Selanjutnya, kalian pernah kasih saran yang sebenarnya kalian sendiri nggak pernah lakuin?
Pernah sesekali sih.
Kayaknya sering.
Oke, baik. Selanjutnya, pernah bilang nggak apa-apa kok, padahal dalam hati sakit sih sebenarnya.
Pernah.
Oke, selanjutnya kalian lebih sering mikirin perasaan orang lain daripada perasaan sendiri.
Iya, aku banget lagi.
Kamu banget.
Iya, emang kamu?
Kalau aku tergantung orangnya siapa.
Oke, baik. Selanjutnya, kamu bisa tahu seseorang lagi bohong cuma dari matanya.
Bisa kan? Bisa kelihatan nggak sih? Kamu nggak? Atau ya?
Aku bukan cenayang ya. Bisa lihat dari matanya. Kayaknya no.
Lalu, sering pura-pura setuju biar gak ribut, padahal kamu kesel banget.
Yes.
Serius ya. Aku sih langsung bilang ke orangnya.
Kemudian, kamu lebih milih diam dan ngalah walaupun sebenarnya kamu yang benar.
Iya sih, aku kayak gitu.
Aku enggak. No.
Pernah kasih semangat ke orang lain, tapi lupa nyemangatin diri sendiri.
Yes.
Astagfirullah. Yes. Jarang.
Oke.
Harus diri sendiri dulu sih kalau.
Pernah sok sabar, cuma biar dibilang dewasa.
Yes.
Kadang yes, kadang no.
Kamu bisa marah tanpa teriak.
Yes. Aku diem sih Kak, kamu marah.
Iya.
Iya, diem.
Aku paling banting barang sekali kayak nggak bisa.
Oke.
Jarang.
Lalu pernah bilang, aku nggak apa-apa kok. Padahal kamu berharap banget ada yang peka.
Yes.
Iya. Aku juga iya sebenarnya.
Lanjutnya, padahal kamu lagi sedih, tapi kamu malah bantu menyemangatin orang lain.
Iya. Kayak gitu. Kamu
Aku menyemangatin diri dulu kayaknya.
Lalu pernah senyum palsu biar suasana tetap aman.
iya, aku sering.
Kayaknya tergantung terus ya juga. Karena tergantung orangnya sih. Kalau lagi sama kerjaan kayaknya harus senyum palsu.
Pernah merasa kesal sama orang yang nggak peka, tapi kamu sendiri nggak mau ngomong langsung.
Iya, karena aku dipendam.
No. ngomong langsung. Tim ngomong langsung.
Tim dipendem.
Pernah pura-pura lupa masalah, padahal kepikiran seminggu.
Yes, pernah.
Kayaknya kamu banget, Ceng.
Iya, aku tuh tipenya ya udah dipendem aja gitu.
Tapi dipikirin tetap.
Iya, tetap dipikir jadi.
Aku sih let's bygone be bygone. Yang lalu biarkan berlalu.
Pernah ngalah cuma karena males debat, bukan karena kamu salah.
Iya.
No, debat first.
Debat first ya. Oh, kamu debat first banget.
Pernah bantu orang, padahal kamu sendiri lagi hancur.
Pernah.
Jangan tergantung orangnya.
Kamu pernah overthinking cuma karena satu chat yang dibalas oke doang.
Tahu sih soalnya iya, aku banget.
Aku, aduh, tergantung siapa orang.
Balik lagi ya.
Iya.
Tergantung orangnya.
Kemudian kamu lebih sering jadi tempat curhat, tapi bingung mau curhat ke siapa.
Iya bener. Orang pada curhat ke aku sih kak.
Kamu sih, Dini memang good listener, pendengar yang baik. Aku sesekali ya, sekali enggak.
Selanjutnya pernah bilang, ya udah sih biasa aja, padahal dalam hati kayak, oh my god, dunia runtuh.
Aku lagi. Aku lagi.
Ya, aku
Pernah pura-pura sibuk biar nggak dengar curhatan orang.
Enggak sih. Enggak sih, enggak
aduh
pernah.
maaf ya teman-teman. Iya. Oke, tergantung.
Baik nih, tadi kan saya udah kasih pertanyaan.
Oh, udah habis ya pertanyaannya.
Masa?
Jadi bagi kalian yang menjawab iya lebih dari 10 kali, kalian mempunyai empati yang tinggi nih. Tapi jangan lupa jaga diri juga ya. Emotional intelligence itu bukan tentang menahan semua emosi, tapi juga paham kapan dan gimana mengekspresikannya, teman-teman. Nah, ini saya lihat tadi dari beberapa pertanyaan yang udah kalian jawab, saya lihat Mbak Infa lebih mempunyai emotional intelligence yang lebih tinggi nih daripada Kak Ilham.
Masa sih?
Mbak Infa saya lihat lebih
Punya empati.
punya empati yang tinggi untuk orang lain.
Dia emang sabar banget sih guys.
Jadi teman-teman, emotional intelligence atau kecerdasan emosional itu bukan tentang nahan emosi, terus jadi orang paling tenang di ruangan, tapi tentang gimana kita sadar sama emosi sendiri, ngerti perasaan orang lain, dan bisa ngelola semuanya dengan bijak. Jadi bukan soal nggak pernah marah, tapi tahu kapan marah itu wajar dan gimana mengungkapinya tanpa nyakitin orang lain, seperti yang dibilang oleh Daniel Goleman. Karena di dunia yang makin cepat, orang yang bisa ngerti perasaan itu adalah superpower.
Oke guys, itu tadi Yes or No Challenge edisi seberapa emotional intelligence kamu. Komen jawaban kamu.
Dan tag teman kamu yang paling emosional banget.
Sampai jumpa
Di
di
challenge
challenge selanjutnya.
Daniel Goleman begins his book with a shocking question. Why do many people who excel in school have difficulty living their lives? While those who are mediocre can soar to become leaders, innovators, and even role models. The answer is not in math problems or report card grades. Nor in degrees or positions, but in one thing that often goes unnoticed: emotional intelligence. Goleman does not deny the importance of IQ. Of course, logical and analytical skills are still needed. But according to him, IQ only contributes about 20% to a person's success in life. The rest is filled by the ability to recognize and manage emotions. Not only one's own emotions, but also the emotions of others. Imagine we live in two worlds. The inner world, which is what we feel, angry, afraid, happy, anxious, and the outer world, which is how we act, speak, and respond to the world around us. Between the two there is a bridge that connects. That is emotional intelligence. Without that bridge, we can be adrift. Easily angry for no clear reason. Feeling sad but not knowing why. Looking fine but empty inside. We may know how to strategize but fail to build relationships. Can be experts in theory but nervous when faced with conflict. The fast-paced, stressful, and interactive modern world requires not only a sharp brain, but also a sensitive heart. Goleman invites us to start balancing the two, thinking clearly and feeling completely. Because in the end, success is not just about how smart we are in answering questions, but how wisely we respond to life. Chapter 2: 5 Pillars of Emotional Intelligence. Daniel Goleman arranges emotional intelligence into 5 main pillars, 5 fingers that when held together become extraordinary power. The first is self-awareness. This is the ability to recognize what we are feeling when we feel it and understand the reasons behind those feelings. For example, realizing that the anger that emerged today was not because someone shouted at us, but because of the fatigue that has accumulated since the past week. This kind of awareness makes us not easily provoked. We can put distance between stimulus and response. The second is self-regulation or self-control. This is not about holding back emotions like holding our breath, but more about how we can manage those emotions wisely. It's okay to be angry, but you don't have to slam the door. It's okay to be disappointed, but it doesn't have to be destructive. People with high self-control know how to channel emotions, not bury them or explode them. Then there is self-motivation, a drive from within that does not depend on cheers from outside. This is the power to keep going. Even when the road is quiet, people with high EQ are usually resilient because their spirit is not built on praise, but on meaning. They know that the process is often more important than the result. The fourth is empathy. The ability to feel what others feel without having to experience the same thing. Like being able to hear the crack in someone's laugh or understand what's in their heart through a long silence. Empathy keeps us from being quick to judge. We learn to understand before giving advice. And finally, social skills. This is the ability to build relationships, not just build networks. People with high EQ know how to be there as sincere listeners. Know how to resolve conflicts without leaving wounds. They are not only communicators but also heartfelt. They can be inspiring leaders because they lead with feeling, not just numbers. These 5 components, self-awareness, self-control, motivation, empathy, and social skills are the foundation of our social and professional lives. Without one of them, we will easily stumble. Even if our brains are as smart as Einstein, without emotional intelligence, we will still have difficulty living a full and meaningful life. And interestingly, these 5 things are not innate. They can be trained, they can grow if we are willing to start today. Chapter 3: The Brain, Emotions, and the Silent Coup Inside the Head. This book takes us down the dark alleys of the human head to a place where big decisions are often made without us even realizing it. Daniel Goleman explains that in the brain there are 2 main systems, the rational system and the emotional system. They are like 2 drivers in one car. Ideally, they work together. But sometimes the emotional system takes over the wheel, and not in a subtle way. The center of this system is a small part of the brain called the amygdala. It is the size of an almond, but its power is like an emergency button. When we feel threatened, whether by words, facial expressions, or past memories, the amygdala can immediately cut off the communication line to the neocortex where logic resides. In an instant we get angry, cry, shout without thinking. This is what Goleman calls an emotional coup. A silent but devastating coup. We realize later and regret it, but the damage is done. The good news is, Goleman believes that we can train this system.